So on to embellishments. So I created this almost like tildish style heart on a stick. So it's fabric. Actually, NSK has some fabrics for sale in Shabby Chic style, so check that out. Then I created this wand using some of the cupcake liners and doily punch, some satin flower from my stash, the recollection doily, seam binding from NSK, and flat back pearl heart here from NSK. And on the back I decided to use my latest digital circle. I created that digital file for 2.5 inch vintage girls circles because I was aiming to use them on the back of this ones. So that's two. And this is another one that I created using two recollections doilies that sandwiched together, one blue, one pink, going with the theme. Then I printed out using the Shabby Chic digital paper that's gonna come up shortly in our store, so I'm just testing it out. And I used the NSK bow template that is already available for download in the shop. So combining digital papers and template, you can create something like that. And on the back, again, I used one of the digital 2.5 inch circles, and this one says love. I really like how this came out. So I thought that 3 wands would be just a great starter or filler for the swap. Let's see what I created next. If you follow me on Instagram or the Facebook as Natasha'ScrapbooKorner official page, I did some reposts while I was working on the bows. So if you have the bow die or the punch board, we are memorized punch board for punching out the bows, so you can really use very simplistic paper making the bows. And I actually thought that it was too simplistic and I wanted to print the digital papers, but then I decided that simple things probably would be a great base, and oh boy, I was so correct. So here they are, the Shabby Chic bows that I created for this swap. And I created like different width, and then I even dared to mix and match the colors of the bows. So use your scrap papers for such a thing. That's great way to reuse it. So in first one, in first and second I used and the third I used the chalk seam binding, the white seam binding. This is the snippet of beaded lace. This is the snippet. I actually have this lace in here by my side, so snippet of that. In here I used three things: seam binding, then this beautiful lace from NSK, and which actually what I if you follow in our designers, the girls already explained that you can trim this one in the middle, and you have, instead of 1 yard, you have 2 yards of baby lace. Then I snipped this segment and this segment, so I still have, you see this wave going on right here, so I'm still good on reusing that one. What's on the top, I use one of the appliques, which I don't see in here. It's I think 5 or 6 piece this kind of daisy, beaded daisy applique. So, and that really worked out really great. I absolutely love how they look. They look so shabby, and I mean, they're ready for whatever usage my partner will decide to use it for. And the same with this pink with the little lavender on the back. So in here I used the pink seam bindings. So yeah, so that was a really great find for me per se. I'm really pleased with the result. Hope you like it. Right? Let's see what next. Next, I decided to make for my partner few altered envelopes and put some goodies in there. So this is one of the standard envelopes that you can find in any craft store. I think it's actually came to me through one of the swaps, so I'm reusing the envelope. I using the foam hearts. That's the product of NSK as well, check that out. Then I added just a trailing seam binding like that, and inside I use I put the rest of the images, that new 2.5 inch images. So I used 2 on the ones, and I have this images left. So I actually pre-cut them for her, and yeah, I hope she will. And I stamped with my stamp, well, not all of them. So anyway, yeah, so I have to stamp that one. So that's gonna go, yeah, goes in here. So she will get already pre-printed free NSK digits. So that was number 1. The second one I created using my envelope where memory punch board created the envelope. and I wanted to have the plain envelopes, but then I decided to alter. And in here I used one of my Valentine's washi tapes, and that has a banner, and I really like that one because it's almost see-through. If it would be on white, it would be like see-through. And I glossy accented the hearts, so if you will touch them, they are dimensional. I used Teddy Me to You Teddy image that I pulled off of internet. And I layered it with the lavender paper on the back, and again I use the glossy accents to indicate the heart and his nose and his eyes. So, and he's so cute. He's trying to wear that pink gown here. And I used one of the Venice NSK laces in here for the bottom, and then a scrappy lace from my personal stash for the back. And I used the snippet of it in here, and a snippet of doily, crochet doily. It was happened to be blue, which worked perfectly. One of the puffy hearts from NSK, and seam binding again from NSK. And in here I put for her again some of the Teddy images with the mat already, but I did not mat them because I'm not sure if she wants to use them separately or not. So so I cannot be shown them because this is like a copyright product, but I'm using it as a gift, so I think they wouldn't mind me using it as a gift, the images. So I'm not, you know, I'm promoting them, and I'm not showing them as mine. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, then I decided to go with the bold colors. I know she asked for blue, for blue and pink, but I love yellow in a combination of pastel colors. So if there is a combo of pinks, blues, yellow, minty green, I really like yellow because that brightens up the whole combination. And in here I just did like a really mild decoupage via glue, and just I just pieced whatever I had in my junk cup, and that's what it is. It has junk in here. So this is that snippet of that fabric that Tussie Mussie was created with. This is one of the NSK laces. It's quite large. So I used that. This is the organza embroidered gold flower from my stash. This is one of my favorite sticky notes from my desk. And one of the puffy hearts from the shop. And in here, what did I put in here? Oh yeah, again I used the Pinterest, and I pulled some digital images, and they have the author in here on some of them. So please find the author who painted this. I really like the cupcakes. And here's another one. I love that one with the candle, and that one with the, this is probably the same author. I pinned it on Pinterest, and there is no you know, watermark who was the author, but I really like this painting, so really cute. So I hope she can use those images. Again, it's going as a gift, so I hope the authors will be thrilled that your images are used as a gift. Okay, so that's this. Then I created the lavender one, and I happen to have a scrap of this trim, which this was gathered and stitched on top of this. So it all fell apart over the time because the threads were pulled out. So basically I grabbed everything that I had left from this lace and created, I put it over that padded heart from Mynashka and attached it in the shape of heart, and created the bow using the rest of the ribbons and you know, that gathered ribbon that belonged to original trim. Use the tool. I love using the tool from Mynashka. And again, this is the other half of that lace that I was talking to you in the other part, this one. So I really love how this came out, and I put some goodies in there. So that's that. And the pink one, I thought it would come out cuter, but simple things also work, right? I think. So one of the glittered hearts from Mynashka, some of the bling swirls from my personal stash, and in here I put some bling for her, because who doesn't need bling? Okay, so that's my loaded altered envelopes for my partner. I hope you like it. Stay tuned for to see another couple goodies that I created for her, and that's it. Last but not least, couple creations for my partner. That is the upcycled Recollection flowers. This is actually the cardboard from Recollection flowers that usually you buy, you know, in a shop at Michael's or whatever. So I actually pulled the whole set. This is original flowers, and what I did, I actually iced them. I call it icing. I glittered them. So I used the sparkle dimensional glitter and glossy accent, and I glittered each one of them. Then I printed one of the Shabby Chic digital papers that Mynashka is coming with. And created the base. Usually they have like a yellowish background, which I wasn't really happy. And on the back, where you have all this, you know, labels and stuff, I used the scrap of the paper that I printed out. Some of the washi tapes, the Michael's washi tapes. I think it was Michael's. It was like a couple years ago. And this is the mold using the Mynashka mold. This is a resin piece that I made for this swap, so it's barely attached, so it should pop up pretty easy in here. And I had a little bit left of the paper, and I created the rosette, distress the edges, and use one of the NSK heart shape bow bling. So that was one. And the second embellishment, I really thrilled how it happened. I just basically grabbed things from my Valentine's stash. These two hearts came as a red hearts, original glossy red hearts. I spray paint them. I had the spray cans, so I sprayed it in blue and a pink. And then if you will take a look, I dipped them in while they were drying, while the paint was drying. Oops, my hair. I dipped them in that glitter halfway, and it came out really cute. Then I attached them. I had that small wreath, natural wood wreath in a heart shape. I used one of the felt hearts. I think it's Michael's product. It's been several years ago when I picked that up. So I chose the pink one. So I really like how the felt was feeling. Today I cannot talk, I'm sorry. I just used the scraps. You know, this is one of that cotton lace that I use on Tussie Mussie, and I just crunch the seam binding that I used through the project, and use the a little snippet of that flat back pearl from NSK. Again, everything is NSK product. Seam binding, lace, flat back pearl. This is one of the resin pieces that you can mold using one of the heart molds, and it has 3D rose bouquet in the heart. You don't need to pour the resin all the way for the whole heart, so you can just resin the rosettes. So I did that. And I think that's it with this. And this particular element, because I created, I actually digitalize it, and that will be used in the upcoming Shabby Chic digital collection at NSK. So stay tuned for that. And on the back, I just basically, use the punch to punch out the scrap of the paper and adhere it on the original tag. So there you have it. This is these two embellies, or what's not, I created for my partner. Hope she likes it. Stay tuned for the pictures and process video. Otherwise, I'll catch you later. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye.